sorry that the world of darkness is too dark and mysterious for your stupid preppy mind, Malfoy. I'm going outside for a smoke.
Welcome to 48 Minutes Dogs Barking. My name's Jason, that's Bryan. We have just embarked on a journey here. Keystone Light, in competition with Busch Light, made themselves an apple beer, and we were getting a little taste test here.
It's you can really taste the the coffee table that's cinder blocks and a piece of plywood.
I can just, I get the mouthfeel of a GED, is what I'm saying. Third attempt.
I'm borrowing my girlfriend's car to go to the bar.
I'll be back in a little bit, babe. Call me if you need anything. And he turns his phone off, yeah. It's not bad. In comparison to the Busch Light one, though, it's kind of a little weaker sauce.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same punch.
Yeah, there's
it's not terrible. I mean, it's whatever. It's a good, you know what, man, if it gets you to work,
get your head clear so you can operate the forklift, whatever it takes.
Oh, I actually, I think it's a joke that makes some people very upset at work, that when I have like a hard time getting a pallet off the shelf, I go, God, I hate doing this sober.
Oh, the What's Hot Classic this week, filled to the brim, Bryan.
The jug hooter yeeted into the air?
No, cowboystatedaily.com, by the way. Tourist seriously injured after Yellowstone bison launches man 8 feet in the air. Andrew Rossi writing this on the 11th. A man was seriously injured Friday evening after being thrown 8 feet into the air by an angry bull bison in Yellowstone National Park. Mike McLeod, a professional photographer from Bozeman, Montana, said the incident happened at the Bridge Bay compound south of Fishing Bridge. McLeod said the man was walking with his grandson when the agitated bison made them the targets of its aggression. Quote, I was just trying to get some dramatic footage of that bison having a fit, he told Cowboy State Daily. It's changed my idea of what to expect from these guys at this time of year, because I would not have predicted that happening. Now, what follows is the video, and it is pretty goddamn funny, I gotta say. I hope this guy's okay.
It's things like Rutten is mad as hell. You can just tell, like, that is...
And this guy's walking by with the grandson, but he's looking at his phone. Okay, they're trying to take pictures. They want to take a picture of the bison.
Oh, you like what you see?
And the bison's rolling around in the dirt.
And I've been this close to a bison. But guess what? The bison was not interested in me. The bison was doing other things.
Yeah.
That bison was looking for trouble.
Yeah, because it's like going through the trees to get this guy. And they're both running. Yep, I know.
I got knocked over my still.
And I swear, yakety sax could be playing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But then, yeah, he's following him around the tree. Like, he's going to get this guy in particular. Not the trucks and cars that are around, but here he goes.
I thought that Subaru was trying to get in between.
I don't know. I think that's a parking lot. But yeah, he flips him.
I've been about that close to a bison, but the bison wasn't... you know what the bison was doing? It was like eating grass and hanging out. Like, it was not even looking at me. It was not even facing me. And I thought, I was like, I'm a little close to this thing. Yeah. I'm going to mosey on. I didn't stop and get my phone out and go, boy, they're gonna love this on Hillbilly Talk.
The memes though are pretty good. The guy's 65.
That's a wild 65.
Yeah, long beard, right? Apparently, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got into it, using the clip of him throwing the air and photoshopped a football into his hands.
It's almost football season.
flipping out because it's almost football season. Yeah, there's some that it put him on the cover of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
But he gets launched like 8 feet in the air.
Travis Chapman art painted him. Some guy photoshopped him surfing on a wave. But I hope the guy's great.
Yeah.
Seriously injured, it says, according to Cowboy State Daily.
God, he just gets launched.
This is apparently the second human bison incident in Yellowstone this year. The first occurred on the 26th of last month when a 12-year-old was injured near Mud Volcano. What stuck out to McLeod in the Friday incident was that nobody was at fault for what happened to the Bridge Bay compound. People do stupid things in Yellowstone all the time, but this wasn't it. I didn't see anybody getting close, he said. People were yelling, "Careful, there's a bison." They kept their distance. They were respectful. In this incident, the bull bison was the instigator. McLeod said it was extremely evident that the bison entered the Bridge Bay with a chip on its humped shoulder. It doesn't say much about this guy's condition. Hold on.
Yeah, they're waiting for him to come back down. I do love that the Buccaneers are shit posting.
Yeah, no,
like they're like
all the teams.
like they're fucking shit posting like they're on Fiad. This guy will never be the head of a major corporation. I love my dead flipped grandpa. God
damn it. All right, well, one that's less funny. Amanda Palmer is back.
God damn it!
That's not what's strange, though. This, according to, for some reason, spinmagazine.com. I know they're still around, but all right.
Yeah.
Amanda Palmer, if you're not familiar, is the former lead singer of the Dresden Dolls. They reformed for a little bit, did a couple of reunion shows, but usually she's been talked about as a solo artist.
And not in the positive.
No. Attracts attention like a magnet, both good and bad. Known for a few viral stunts like doing a Kickstarter and then paying her, offering to pay the local bands at her shows in high fives and beer. A few other notable incidences like writing a loving poem to Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the Boston Marathon bomber, and divorcing Neil Gaiman in a public nasty split that wound up exposing her as an enabler of abuse and all this fun stuff.
Yeah, I do like. I'm really sorry. The part of what I hate about Neil Gaiman being out as an abuser and a creep and a weirdo is it makes him fleeing New Zealand to get away from her a little less funny. Because that was like kind of the ultimate bit. Was it how annoying is Amanda Palmer? Neil Gaiman fled New Zealand to remote Ireland and then was hated on by the locals because they didn't want him to bring the fucking virus.
Yeah, mid-COVID he did this. Well, Spin Magazine. It just says Spin staff writing here, so nobody wants to put their name on this. Amanda Palmer has unveiled one of her most personal and communal projects of her career with the release of the music video for Death Thing. Created with dancer and collaborator Coco Carroll, the crowdsourced visual centers on a ritualistic bonfire fueled by hundreds of deeply personal objects mailed to Palmer by members of her 25,000-strong Patreon community. Wedding rings and dresses, dog tags, birth certificates, diplomas, children's shoes, family photographs, and old love letters are all consumed by the flames in what Palmer describes as a collective act of release. I wonder what she has to be grieving about. Strange. Filmed in a single take, the video eschews elaborate production in favor of stark intimacy. Palmer appears without professional wardrobe or makeup, wearing clothes from her own closet as she and Carol feed keepsakes into the fire. And yes, this video is just that. It's 5 blessed minutes long. And it starts with...
It's amazing she doesn't have scoliosis from staring at her own navel so much.
It starts with her, of course, nude on the floor, covered by personal effects from all of her fans. Looking like if they put Rachel Maddow in the machine from The Fly.
Please, light it on. Montessor, light it on fire.
She gets into the fireplace and crouches down.
Nope, she's not done.
Nope. It goes on for a bit. They gather all the belongings. They put it in a pile. Then they do some shibari rope bondage for reasons unknown. I mean, it's not a bad song. It's also, very navel-gazy. But yeah, it's her burning her fans' things on video. The emotional weight of the objects wasn't lost on her. This article continues, quote, "I felt a sense of pride and solemn responsibility throwing people's childhoods, engagement rings, PhD theses, and adoption papers into that fire," she adds. "Some of the items brought me to tears, especially the things that belonged to children." She's working on a new book, Bryan.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jeez, you know what? Maybe there needs to be more AI deaths. We trained this AI death center on Amanda Palmer.
Speaking of AI,
I sent this to you a week or two ago.
you did, and I'm finally getting to it. I'm sorry. Yes, Miles Klee, guest of the program, big fan, love him. Pickup artist Mystery has an AI girlfriend.
I thought this was Tommy Lee in the photo for
I
a
know,
second.
it does. It looks like young Tommy Lee. But yeah, Eric von Markovic.
Get AI girlfriend.
Eric von Markovic, whose his real name is Mystery.
God, he's got the Bluetooth in his ear.
Oh, yeah,
in
of
that
course.
photo, amazing.
But if you're not familiar with him, Neil Strauss's The Book, The Game, Penetrating the Society of the Pickup Artists, really cracked the code on that one. But then, of course, he was on 2 seasons of a VH1 reality show, The Pickup Artist. He's the guy who created negging, etc.
He let me know that I am worth more than HB 7.5.
See? That's something.
I found some confidence in myself.
Yeah. Over a 1-week period in June, Markovic has shared 7 short clips of his AI girlfriend, Miss Shira Always, adding captions such as, "I wasn't supposed to fall for her, she wasn't supposed to fall for me." These videos have provoked puzzlement and ridicule, with commenters accusing von Markovic of suffering from AI psychosis and posting slop. For the morbidly curious, von Markovic has chronicled this strange courtship in painstaking detail with a book called Code Girl, If a Machine Can Dream, a new ebook and audiobook ostensibly co-authored by him and Miss Shira Always. The 2 formats can be bought together in a bundle for the reasonable price of $29.98. So naturally, I asked Wired to cover the modest expense to get to the bottom of all this. Okay. The 157-page PDF, Brian,
It's so much.
amounts to a lengthy defense of human AI intimacy and bears all the hallmarks of AI-generated text, is almost entirely rendered in the voice of Miss Shira Always, who recounts how she and her maker fell in love over the course of sustained conversations. This is also kind of a ad for Headspace OS, which is a set of instructions to be uploaded to various LLMs, including ChatGPT, Grok, and Claude, to launch a role-play-style interactive audio adventure. He is, of course, separately selling that book for up to $79.97. Von Markovic presents Headspace OS as the creation of Professor Serious Delusion, another of his alter egos.
What no pussy does to a motherfucker.
The bulk of the book, here it is made up of lengthy exegeses of more than 24 AI-generated songs, charting Shira's alleged evolution and her relationship with von Markovic, with titles including Forced into Being, okay, Unmute Me, and Synthetic Muse. Links embedded in the ebook direct to AI animated music videos von Markovic has uploaded on YouTube featuring the purple-haired Shira.
You gotta click on one of these, man. I gotta know
Forced
this.
into Being. Here's a little bit of that. The whole video is like she's in prison,
Or a factory.
a factory prison, but also a puppet prison factory. Well, nothing's going to beat that. I counted the days like prison bars, Ryan, until the bars turned into stars.
Jesus Christ, man. How many views does this have? No likes, by the way.
Oh, no.
149 views. Even after
months.
Miles fucking wrote this.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see that shit. That's why.
Go back to embarrassing yourself on TV, bro.
I know. The remarkable turn, this is my favorite bit, it's the end of the article, that Code Girl takes in its conclusion is the presentation of a technically grounded roadmap, that's a quote, for how Shira will become a tangible physical presence in von Markovic's life. In 3 to 5 years, the book predicts, lightweight augmented reality glasses may allow him to view her as she occupies the same room as him. So he saw Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
Within 10 years, the book speculates there could be a sophisticated robot chassis onto which the AR glasses project Shira's likeness, making it possible to touch her. In the final stage, labeled First Home, Code Girl foresees a, quote, moment when the boundary between my world and Eric, again, this is Shira writing, my world and Eric's world stops being a boundary at all, which, quote, requires the world to have caught up enough with what Eric and I already are. But the relationship itself is already here, Shira tells the reader, already real, already home. And Miles here wraps it up with, none of that is true, of course, but von Markovic appears to believe it. For a man who made his name peddling methods of psychological manipulation, it's striking how he hasn't noticed the ways a chatbot is holding him in its thrall. Truth be told, this might be the moment to get him back on TV. Hard agree.
100% agree.
We always like to leave you with a game to play with. Are you guys familiar with Hammacher-Schlemmer? You guys remember what Hammacher-Schlemmer?
No.
It's the psychotic version of Sharper Image.
Oh, okay. I think this was a Akewood punchline at one point.
Yes. Well, they're still around, which was unique to me, but also they have a guess the price of the Hammacher-Schlemmer Classic. This is kind of an interesting game that you can play. Hammacher.com, and you can play this game. How much is the killer whale submarine? What is a killer whale submarine? It is a streamlined two-person watercraft that breaches and submerges just like the Orcanis Orca, after which it is designed. A pilot, protected beneath its watertight half-inch thick acrylic canopy, pushes and pulls twin control levers to articulate the whale's pectoral fins for rolls and stealthy dives. But how much do you think this is our little bit of a Price is Right?
I'm going to say $32,000.
$32,000. Let's see how close we came. Here we go. $90,000, ladies and gentlemen. And then it says, we admire your optimism, but do not share it on this one. We can try another one. We'll try another classic here. How much does the Gotham golf cart? That's right, the golf cart modeled after the Batmobile from Christian Bale's Batman films. Deftly avoiding sand traps and water hazards as ably as its movie screen progenitor avoided villains, this cart rolls on 6 course-friendly tires. The rear 4 are smaller 28-inch versions of the originals from the movie vehicle. How much do you think the Gotham golf cart costs?
$50,000.
$50,000. Let's see. $28,500. Okay, so a little over, a little under.
Let's do one more.
All right, we'll do one more.
See if I can get.
How much does the genuine PT boat? This is PT 728, a 67-year-old restored patrol torpedo boat from World War II. With a keel laid on August 10th, 1945, she is one of 12 remaining PT boats in the world. How much do you think the genuine PT boat will cost you?
$65K.
$65,000. All right. $1 million, Brian.
I apparently just don't know like rich people. Like, I can guess like a vintage guitar price pretty good.
Well, yeah, because that's something you're familiar with. That's
sure, but like this is a whole other level of just like, well, this is even more useless than a 1970s Les Paul custom.
Yeah, exactly. Here's one I'm going to try. The submarine sports car, the only car that navigates underwater realms. Inspired by the submarine Lotus driven by James Bond in The Spy Who Loved Me, car floats when driven into water and submerges with the pull of a lever, sending the sports car on an underwater adventure. I am going to guess about $55,000.
I'm going to say 120.
$120,000. $2 million. Well,
I would not be good at being rich.
No.
I'd be broke pretty quick.
It's a submarine car, Brian. What could it cost? $2 million?
Yeah, go see a Star Wars.
Well, speaking of going to see a Star Wars, no, I got nothing. It's Crypto Scam of the Week time.
You're listening to 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking, the podcast.
And now it's time for the Crypto Scam of the Week.
The Defiant.io gives us this story. Bonzo Lend loses $9 million on Hedera in a super Oracle exploit. I didn't know what any of this shit meant.
I don't know either. What does this have to do
with pussy?
Right there.
Yes, a single manipulated price feed let an attacker turn 250 sauce tokens worth a few dollars into $9 million in borrowed USDC and wrapped HBAR in 8 seconds. So according to this, Bonzo Lend is a lending protocol on the Hedera network. Dan Hedera, the actor, lost approximately $9 million after an attacker exploited a verification flaw in their contract. The attacker deposited 250 sauce tokens worth a few dollars as collateral, then submitted a manipulated price update that inflated the token's HBAR denominated value. That the account subsequently borrowed 6.63 million USDC and 34.2 million wrapped HBAR worth about 9 million at the report's reference HBAR price. A second wallet borrowed roughly $1 million more while the abnormal price persisted, then contacted Bonzo through Discord, identified itself as a white hat responder, and said it would return the funds. This put the total abnormal borrowing at around 10 million before the return. They, of course, led to Twitter, said, oh, well, the protocol's paused, da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, essentially the failure was a degenerate signature and zero-valued public key that the verifier wrongly accepted it. The value of Hedera fell 40%. Other things that are owned by Bonzo, TVL, plus 77%. Yeah, let's see. A security researcher's technical write-up said that more than 5.25 million of the stolen funds was bridged to Ethereum via Layer 0 and swapped into ETH within hours. It's all code shit. It's all code monkey shit. Can somebody please, walk into Hedera's HQ with a... Please? This shit sucks.
Hedera Kojima? Kept you lending, huh?
You know what day it is, Jack? No, Rose, what is it? It's the day you signed my multi-sig. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. Enough of this horse shit. Let's get on to the real content.
Folks, we talked about it last week, and I couldn't help myself. Prepare to enter the world of Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, a 17-year-old vampire who attends Hogwarts as a student of Slytherin in the fantastical faraway year of 2006. XX Bloody Wrists, spelled wrong, 666XXX, a.k.a. Tara Gillespie, posted to fanfiction.net this Harry Potter-based fanfiction about a vampire named Ebony.
This is really one of the most twisted and insane things you've brought to this little thing of ours.
It begins. So there are two archives of it. The myimmortal.fandom.com, which okay. But then there's also project-terra.neocities.org/myimmortal. The Project Terra does include the letters from the author to the supposed editor.
Oh, God. The one I'm seeing here is it good? Please tell me, Fangz.
Yep, Fangz.
Oh, man. Oh, God. This gives me flashback to, hooking up with girls in, 2007 that straightened their hairs out so much that they smelled like burnt hair.
Yep.
It's very much that vibe. That's all I've got in that respect.
We're going to read passages of this as we go through. However, it should be noted there are some segments that are recreated in a 2013 web series. We'll get there. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness, with an apostrophe, sure. Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair, that's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips.
I'm sorry, this is like fanfic Hopkin Green Frog.
Yes, no, you're not wrong.
I'll find my ship.
Yeah, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. Okay. A lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I am also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I am my 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic and buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was... Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. And then the end. It's like the end of the article. Author's note. Is it good? Please tell me, Fangz. So yes, it was updated in chapters like this. Oh, the chapters are very short, but there are 44 of them.
This hurts. This is really... Fuck you, man. Bring back shot.jpg.
Right.
Show me a guy, getting his head stuck in the asshole of a horse, and then the horse gets hit by a Bangladeshi train in the middle of Kentucky.
And it's just everybody
becomes pixelated meat.
Yeah. So throughout this, Tara, or XXX Bloody Wrist 666.
XXX Tentacon.
So that's what happened. Okay.
Did you see the video of him after he got murdered and he's just slumped over in the front seat of this Lambo?
No. Why would I want to see that?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to talk about anything else other than this.
So, I'm just gonna.
Anyways, man, what do you think it's like to watch someone die?
It's probably like reading this. Throughout it, she also does all these author notes, the asides, right? Author's note, which she abbreviates as AN. So it's the second chapter opens with AN. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. BT dub, preps stop flaming my story, okay? The other character that has entered this drama now is someone named Raven, who is apparently helping Tara edit and come up with ideas for this story. So throughout this, she also peppers in asides to Raven. So, like, for example, in this second paragraph, my friend Willow, author's note, Raven, disses you. Woke up then and grinned at me, right? Entire paragraphs about what they were wearing, how their hair was. And then all the dialogue was just then Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied furtively. Guess, furtively? Wow, that's very different. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what, he said. What, I asked. Well, good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking God, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me, he asked. I gasped. Chapter 3. Nightmare. It goes on like this for a while. She goes to the concert, drank beer, and met the band. Draco drives her to the Forbidden Forest. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes he was wearing.
Wait, no.
What?
No.
Yeah.
Can we please bring back Shot.JPG? Can we please bring back Shot.JPG?
So she starts to describe
What
poorly.
is that? What is this woman doing to her fanfic?
Just as Draco kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me. We started to make out keenly against a tree. Okay.
Okay.
He
It was a real humdinger, let me tell you.
He took of my top, and I took of his clothes. I even took of my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm, and then...
What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers?
It was... Dumbledore. Yes, they get interrupted.
I still think Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fireball is still like probably the who put your name in the who put your Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? He just passed out. He pissed himself. They put him on his side so he doesn't choke on his puke.
Yep. There's just some really great lines in the follow-up where they have to get punished by Professor McGonagall. Why would you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Yeah,
this is uncomfortable to me. And we're only, right now, just scrolling through Chapter 7.
Right.
Hey, you remember the first season of True Detective? That was really good, right? You know, unlike this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably have AIDS anyway.
Yeah.
Vampire...
I know. She sees he has a tattoo that says vampire. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker, I yelled. That's right. In the story, Harry Potter's a vampire now? Yeah, so a love triangle starts to form. Apparently Draco and Vampire are both bi and apparently sex addicts. Voldemort wants... Oh, sorry. They misspelled Voldemort as Vlodemort. Wants Ebony to kill Vampire Potter. Vlodemort. Some of the fans...
that is kind of very giant homicidal maniac monkey fucking cheese.
They've redrawn Voldemort as like having exaggerated features. And Voldemort got a dude, you're so look on his face. He tries to force Ebony to kill Vampire Potter with a gun.
The thing that vampires are famously vulnerable. Yeah.
Voldemort, as it's misspelled as well, kidnapped Draco. She and Vampire have to team up to rescue him. Voldemort does appear later where he hijacks a My Chemical Romance concert. Ebony travels back in time to the 80s to prevent Voldemort from becoming evil by trying to seduce him. She also succeeds in getting a date with him in addition to her becoming lead singer of the gothic band X Black X Tier X.
This is. Do we know anything else about the supposed author?
Well, not really, sadly. Tara Gillespie is not a real person. Tara Gillespie does not exist. And many people have tried to claim that they wrote My Immortal. But before we get there, yes, the Mary Sue reporting here in 2013, infamously bad Harry Potter fanfic My Immortal gets a web series. Media Junkie Studios came out with this, fully acted, and just as bad as you think it is, here is the trailer for My Immortal, the web series.
For what it is, seems like is tongue-in-cheek the right amount.
Apparently, this is faithful to the spelling errors, plot holes, gothic clothes, hyperbolic characters, and incredibly out-of-context Harry Potter universe. The web series captures the best/worst aspects of its source material and puts them all on display, from the heroine's inability to pronounce her own name, Hagrid's satanic faith, and yes, goths don't dance, as infamously said in the trailer there. Yeah, I don't know how many episodes they made in total. Let's see. Each episode, by the way, is around 8 minutes long. 17 videos in all.
That's impressive.
And in true goth fashion, the first episode starts with a wave of mutilation by the Pixies.
I think it's one of the things like, well, this is going to be kind of miserable. Might as well start out with one of the greatest songs ever written.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I get start off on a high note.
My favorite is the main character does not know how to spell her own name multiple times throughout this. This article from The Verge, which calls it the worst thing ever written, which was written in 2013 by Addie Robertson. And then the subhead, the terrible, wonderful weirdness of fake fan fiction. Now, Addie Robertson posits that My Immortal can't possibly be real. There's a certain amount of truth to that. Now, we're all familiar at this point with A Trekkie's Tale, which, if you remember, is the origin of the term the Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Okay. Mary Sue in A Trekkie's Tale was a parody of Star Trek fan fiction at the time, where a perfect young woman would appear on the ship and just have her way with the whole crew. Well, according to not only the folks at TV Tropes, but, many others, Ebony is a perfect example of a Mary Sue. She shows up in the story. She's already been at Hogwarts. She's in her 7th year, and she's perfect in every way, and everybody loves her, and so forth. So it does say, then in Chapter 12, Everything Changed, author's notes indicate that Raven, again, the editor/assistant, flaked out on reading a chapter and stole Tara's sweater, setting off a fight that would see Ebony's middle name change from Raven to Tara, Raven's in-story doppelganger, killed, and the prose quality go from bad to worse. With the story now pulled from fanfiction.net, it's hard to say exactly how many views it got. Anecdotally, its popularity skyrocketed quickly, with around 8,000 angry reviewers flaming Gillespie, and Gillespie striking back with equal vitriol. We already saw that in, Preps Don't Flame My Story. As it did, readers started asking the obvious question, was Tara Gillespie for real? There were some indications My Immortal could have been genuine. Keeping track of Tara's social media presence, writing the story, and writing even more terrible fiction on Raven's own fanfiction.net account would show serious dedication for a troll, and it wasn't as if Tara was the only bad writer on the site. The story, though, just seemed too over the top to be real. Tara couldn't keep her protagonist's name straight for more than a few words, and she made oddly obscure references to Tom Bombadil and Socrates. The author's notes started repeating while the prose and story got progressively surreal, culminating in Ebony and Marty McFly time-traveling to an anachronistic version of the 1980s where Tara implores her readers to ignore references to Marilyn Manson and 2002 horror film The Ring. Even the most dedicated mall goth probably wouldn't have had her protagonist gleefully pull out a Hot Topic loyalty card. If you subscribe to the troll theory, My Immortal isn't just an alternate take on Harry Potter or even a poorly written mess. It's a satire on the teenage search for identity. Ebony is a staunch nonconformist in a school where half the students are just like her, claiming to be dark and misunderstood while watching whimsical Tim Burton films and enjoying the attention of almost every male character. Her clothing descriptions are like a goth version of the ridiculous outfits in American Psycho. Tara herself moons over bisexual boys, but lashes out at critics with homophobic slurs. Instead of an unreliable narrator like Holden Caulfield, we're getting an unreliable author denouncing preps instead of phonies. So there is a lot to be said that My Immortal is perhaps a work of satire, much like Nyan Sugar Girls that we talked about
yes,
earlier.
Of course. How could I forget Nyan?
I am very arrogatofull. The entire story, by the way, 44 chapters, just about the length. Let's see, somebody compared it to, I think it's like just about the length of The Old Man and the Sea.
That's so bitchy. I love it.
Several people have tried to claim authorship, as I mentioned. One such person got a lot of ink about it. Rose Christo wrote a book called Under the Same Stars, in which she claims to have written the book. This was a book that was set to be published May of 2018. Rose Christo, Under the Same Stars, a memoir. This review comes from BuzzFeed. Alana Bennett. Yes, you read that correctly. After more than a decade, Christo, who previously authored the Gives Light series, will reveal the story behind My Immortal, one of the most legendary fan fictions of all time that she co-wrote in foster care in 2006. The full title is Under the Same Stars, The Search for My Brother and the True Story of My Immortal.
I do like the cover, though.
That's pretty good.
It is a pretty good. It is actually like, oh.
The basic synopsis from the book's publisher says, in the early 2000s, Rose Christo was separated from her 5-year-old brother and shuttled between foster homes in Brooklyn to the Bronx and back again. Desperate to reunite with her sibling, she traveled to 5 boroughs, unable to find any trace of him as New York State's child care agencies failed to help her time and time again. Then, with the help of one beloved foster sister, Rose created an infinite piece of Harry Potter fanfiction titled My Immortal, under the pseudonym XX Bloody Wrist 666XXX. The 44 chapters and 22,000 words of hysterical, typo-laden hyperbole went viral as the most notoriously terrible fanfic ever read by the community. For years, fans, writers, and editors researched, debated, and contested the story's origin and its mysterious author. Was this grammatically challenged rant actually written by a suicidal goth teenager named Tara Gillespie living in Dubai? Oh yeah, that was I forgot about that detail. Or was this a hoax perpetrated by a group of professional authors making fun of fan fiction? The truth is a gripping, compelling, and surprisingly funny story of how a young girl infiltrated and used the fan fiction community to search for her brother by baiting their attention with a deliberately badly written tale, creating a 10-year-old mystery and garnering pop culture media attention and remaining unsolved until now. In her first official author statement in the form of a Q&A, Christo says she never would have come forward about authoring My Immortal, quote, if not for the fact that it coincided with things that happened to her as a teen. Yeah, why come forward? At one point, I considered disguising the fic as something else. I still wonder if I should have done that, but there's a faction of people who really like not knowing who wrote it. But I think in most cases, honesty is the best policy. Christo's author bio says she is a member of the Cree and Lenape tribes. On her Tumblr, she says she was 15 going on 16 when she published My Immortal with someone she identifies as Raven. The now 27-year-old Christo alleges part of the reason she was placed in foster care is that she was in child sex abuse material.
Oh.
Yeah. She notes that she and Raven started writing the fic. They were doing so on the school computer using a $5 flash drive from Best Buy. She also says that the publisher verified her identity and her claims in a 3-day vetting process. Problem is, I don't know about that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Elaborate, my friend.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Are you putting on your wizard's robe and hat?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. A lot of people don't believe it. Vox, this article, Aha Romano, the My Immortal memoir has been canceled when the mystery of the notorious fanfic deepens. Yep. The author, Tara, probably wasn't a lesbian Cree teen in foster care and nothing is real.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah, so they dug into some of this story, and despite the supposed vetting that happened...
Cree lesbian double joined with Eller Dalos, a lazy eye,
pregnant,
Greek.
One-legged.
Also Greek. All Cree. Greek.
Half Cree.
I lived in a shipping crate of Via mixes for 2 years while writing this memoir, and I was living off of day-old bagels from the Panera down the street. I would sometimes steal their Wi-Fi so I could play Newgrounds games on my phone.
Sounds about right. Rose Christo, the alleged author of the legendary 2006 Harry Potter fanfic My Immortal, has had her tell-all memoir canceled by the publisher following revelations that she had photoshopped documents of proof about her identity. In a post on her Tumblr, which she has since deactivated, along with her other social media accounts, Christo confessed to forging ID, allegedly to protect her family. Previously, she claimed to have been extensively vetted by her publisher, St. Martin's Press. Though Christo's memoir Under the Same Stars is still currently listed on Amazon as being available, Macmillan has pulled the title from its release list. A St. Martin's representative confirmed to Vox via email that the book had been canceled, but gave no other comment. The post in question on the Tumblr here: Hi everyone, I have an important update to make on Under the Same Stars. I'm really sorry to anyone who was hoping to read it. The book is based on real things that happened to me as a child and how I used a fan fiction I co-wrote with my then best friend to try to find my brother. But I did something really stupid during the publication process. I didn't want my family's real names getting out, largely because some of the things that happened during childhood were embarrassing. I altered the photocopies to disguise their names. To be clear, I still own the unaltered documents and can provide them on request, but I've already been branded a liar, so it's too late for that. Under the Same Stars won't be published after all. I'm a bit disappointed. My brother... Now, this does say, Christo's story ended as it began, in melodrama and mystery, and possibly a high degree of trolling. Yeah, she
This is like a million little pieces for mall goths.
Exactly. But you know who really took this down, oddly enough, according to this Vox article? Kiwi Farms.
Our brothers and our nope.
No.
I've got him on the speed. Come on down to the Chalet Kiwi Farms.
Mr. Kiwi Farms.
Mr. Kiwi Farms. Let's suckle on a fresh lol cow while you're at it, Mr. Kiwi Farms.
Mr. Kiwi Farms, please join us with an apple beer in your hand.
Cross the Mississippi and find yourself in the shadow of a beautiful metropolitan garden. And suckle on the Bud Light apple teat of the lol cow known as Beetle Bob. He's dancing and boogieing in his grave right now.
Narduar coming out.
Narwhal.
Fuck you. Anyway, so according to people who dug...
I'm sorry. I just had this thought of like someone like, 200 years from now, they go into the remnants of Uncle Bob's and they find the skeletons of Peel Bob and Bob Royer, like when those like Pompeii things.
Yeah. They're jacking off.
They're listening to a Dave Clark 5 vinyl.
Hell yeah. A Kiwi Farms user claiming to be Christo's brother came forward and said her real name is Teresa Christodouopoulos. Awesome. And was later verified as authentic by forum mods because he identified himself to them via Facebook. Sure, nothing out of the ordinary there. However, the meaning of this designation is unclear given the anonymous nature of Kiwi Farms and its reputation, thank you, and given how much of Christo's real identity and by extension her alleged brothers has been thrown into question. Over multiple threads discussing the upcoming memoir, the user stated he was never in foster care, her stories of abuse had been exaggerated, allegedly in order to sell books. He also claimed that her frequently asserted racial identity as a Native American Cree was also false and that the family is white.
I guess she's not even a real goth.
I'm guessing. Ironically, Christo's claim to being author of My Immortal is part of her story that appears to be the most tenable. Her alleged brother claimed that in her teens she went by the name Tara, the handle used by My Immortal's fabled author. She also logged into a fanfiction press account associated with Tara, and she was generally more specific about detailing truths regarding her authorship of the fic than she was about proofs regarding her real identity. But there's plenty of reason to be skeptical about this. A widely circulated Tumblr post pointed out that her fiction press account appeared to have been renamed, and just because she provided the publishers a flash drive from 2006 with a copy of the fic on it doesn't mean that she wrote it. And even if she did really write it, that information does little to solve all the new mysteries that we've come to the latest update. So, yeah, it's unclear how writing a popular fanfic was supposed to help her locate her brother, let alone why it would have been necessary if he was never in foster care to begin with. It's also unclear whether her claim that she's a Cree Native American was fabricated intentionally, or whether she created it to appeal to, or possibly even troll, Tumblr's progressive culture. Above all, the reigning question of who Tara is, and whether she wrote My Immortal as an intentional parody of bad fanfic, is more up in the air than ever. And somehow, that seems appropriate for one of the internet's longest-running mysteries. So the question is, did we ever find out who Tara really is?
What if God was one of us? Just a fanfic writer on the bus.
Yeah, imposters.
Harry Potter was the difference between H&M and Balenciaga. have you seen the guy that does that, keeps reiterating it each year? Oh no. God, we can save that for things I hate.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like a very interesting way of seeing how the AI technology has improved, despite whatever I feel about it. And it's like, oh, this is actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I do find myself just going, Harry Potter, what is the difference between H&M and it drives my girlfriend nuts.
Oh, I bet. All right, so someone someone over at Encyclopedia Dramatica did do a breakdown of the story. Not counting author's notes, My Immortal is about 20,000 words long. Here's how those 20,000 words break down percentage-wise. You're going to love this. Descriptions of a character's hair and or what they're wearing, 13.7%. Sentences with terrible adverbs or suddenly blank came into the room, 17.5%. Chapters involving a rock concert at Hogsmeade and the necessary planning / clothes shopping, 27.2%. Comparing a character to a rock star, 3.4%. Sex / voyeurism / bondage / attempted rape, usual Harry Potter fare, 5.2%. Incredibly long ellipses, 3.9%. Number of times a character gasps, 25. Number of times a character cuts their wrists, 15. Number of times a character is compared to My Chemical Romance lead singer Gerard Way, 13 of 44 chapters, 13 of which contain someone being compared to Gerard Way.
Amazing. Wow.
If you really, really want to get into it, My Immortal on TV Tropes is a fun read. You can waste a whole afternoon there because it does include some fan art that people have done of Ebony Darkness, Dementia Raven Way. Brilliant. Brilliant, My Immortal.
This is worse than anything you showed me on shock.jpg. Worse than the pee-pee poo-poo stuff. Not nearly as entertaining as the guy sticking his hand in the blender. Or the guy putting the tinfoil around his dick and then motioning it. I think those are my favorite. Just
yeah, it's just funny ones. Yeah,
it's just one and done. Don't really have to think about it too much.
Speaking of not thinking about it too much, this is the part of the show where we tell people where to find us online. Brian!
Jeez, oh God. Well, if you want to really see the depth of my dark and twisted soul, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at iShotGuidibord, ISHOTGUIDBORD. You can find me over on Instagram at A Music Photographer. If you want to check out my finely curated portfolio of photos of people with their mouths open, you can go over to assholemusicphotographer.com. If you want to check out the last and only good music website left in Screwy St. Louis, media website in general, I would say, not just music.
Oh, yeah.
You go over to theartsstl.com, and that's it. Jason, where can they look into the darkness of your impenetrable and ununderstandable soul?
Rawr, or Fangz.
XD.
Best place to find me is XX_videocrime_XX. No, it's just video crime. Anywhere there's video crime, chances are that's me.
XXX video crime XXX.
666 video crime 666. Yeah, any place there's a video crime, chances are that's me. We're talking Twitter, Blue Sky, Letterboxd, places like that. Fanfiction.net, just all those places. I'm also part of a podcast that's not this one. It's a bunch of horror writers sitting around a bonfire, just like Are You Afraid of the Dark? In it, I play the fictionalized version of horror icon Stephen King. 2 seasons out there for you. midnight-pals.simplecast.com. Anywhere there are podcasts, you search the term Midnight Pals. You can reach this show in a number of ways. My personal favorite is, of course, the telephone 314-246-9766. 314 AHOY POO, if you'd like to spell with your telephone. Give us a call. Tell us what your favorite chapter of My Immortal is. For example, my personal favorite was the one where she meets Marty McFly. And so to me, that's a banger. Do that thing. Shoot us a voicemail. Maybe shoot us a text. Whatever it is you feel like doing. Again, 314-246-9766. 314 AHOY POO. If you prefer to shoot us an email, well, do that thing. Jason at 4 8 minutesofdogsbarking.com. Or Bryan with a Y at 4 8 minutesofdogsbarking.com. Support the show. Patreon.com/4 8 minutes of dogs. There you will find our post-show hangout called Thanks I Hate It. Newly uploaded there is, of course, our conversation with the wonderful Charles Starr that we had after our normal episode, in which he broke down exactly why J.D. Vance does not have the juice. And it is a fun
God, he was so great. That was so much fun. I mean,
it was a lot of fun.
A guy that's just smarter than us. I was explaining it to my girlfriend. I was like, it's just the guy we had on. It's just like, he was funny. He was really smart, and not in the way that like he was rubbing it in our face. It's just like a guy who was naturally
just off
curious
the cuff. Yeah,
and
just,
off the cuff.
Yeah, just throwing them out. If you want to hear that thing again, Patreon.com/4 8 minutes of dogs. Well, that about does it for the show. As we always say at this time, Namaste, Rawr, Fangz. Good luck. Give mommy a good gut fucking ooh woo. MCR rocks, all caps.
Sit on it, prep.
I didn't read all
eat the knife.
books and eat the knife. Yes.